How's it going, everyone? It's Abdallah here, and I'm joined with a very special guest, none other than Elo from the YouTube channel Kwandaoren66. How you doing today, Elo?
I'm doing pretty good. Happy to be here.
All right. Now, in case you guys haven't seen, we've done Battle Maison videos on my channel. Now, in this series, it's going to be a series of 10, where Elo and I will go through the Battle Maison Super Singles. It's going to be very exciting. I'm excited to have him on board. We've done a couple videos together in the past, so if you guys don't know him, definitely click on that annotation right up above to subscribe yourself to his channel. So before we get started, Elo, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're pumped up about?
I am very excited to be here just because I do enjoy the Battle Maison. I don't do it too often, but it's always really funny to see what the computer's going to throw at you. So we've put together a bunch of things here, just things that, based on my impulse, would go pretty good together. We had different teams in mind that are tried and true, but I wouldn't rather use a tried and true team. I would much rather just kind of ad-lib it, see how far it takes us. I've gotten to 50 in super singles as well as super doubles, and I did the 4th gen equivalent, which was the Battle Tower, I believe. But we'll see where it takes us today, these 6 at least.
Absolutely. All right, so the structure for each of these videos, if you guys have seen my previous one, is 5 battles per episode. On today's episode, it'll be a little bit longer because we want to go through and detail all the sets of each of the Pokemon on our team. As you can see them right over here, these are our new pokes that we're going to be taking through the Battle Maison, hopefully making it all the way to Battle 50, which is Battle Chatelaine Nita, and she's going to be very tough. So, without further ado, let's talk about our very first Pokemon here. I'm going to go to the battle box. It's going to be Altaria. Now, Elo brought this awesome one. I use a physical one, but Elo brought a shiny special version. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
So Hyper Voice at Pixelate is going to make it a very powerful Fairy type move, which I think is, compared with Mega Gardevoir and Sylveon, one of the only other things that can do it in the game. It's got a really unique typing. Nothing else in the game shares this typing. It's only got 3 weaknesses, which are spotted by its teammates really well. Poison, Steel, and Ice, all of which Scizor and Magnezone take on beautifully. For coverage, we do have Hyper Voice, Draco Meteor, and Flamethrower. This is a bulky one that has maximum HP and maximum special attack, so it's not meant to outspeed anything. But because of the bulk it has Roost on there to be able to take on a decent amount of things, and anything slower than it is usually just going to end up, paying the price there. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And we were talking about the synergy between Scizor and Mega Altaria is great. I'm bringing the max HP, max special defense Scizor with Swords Dance, Roost, Bullet Punch, and Knockoff. It's got the lefties, so it can stall in case it needs to, but since it's not maxed in attack, it's got Swords Dance in order to make up for it. So very good. It's got priority. It's able to, if a fire attack is geared towards it, Altaria will take it nice and neat.
And then for our 3rd slot for this team we have going on, we have a Choice Scarf Theory Landorus. This is the panic button of the team, so to say. If something gets out of hand with either, in speed, or it gets a little bit too happy with the attacks, or with the attack boost, it does have Intimidate. A Jolly Choice Scarf one is sure to outspeed a lot of things that you can possibly think of. Coverage-wise, it's pretty dang good. It's also got U-Turn on there just to keep offensive momentum going. Also, for bug coverage, it'll be nice to pivot into something else, either Altaria or Scizor or whoever else we decide to go with. But Magnezone in the 4th slot also serves a pretty similar function with Volt switching, just to make sure we do have that going on this team somewhat. It's the fastest natural thing that we have going on, and I say natural without any speed boost just because it does have a Choice Scarf. So it's not too bad. I like it. I'm a big fan.
Not bad. All right, so leading our 2nd set would be Mega Kangaskhan. Now, a lot of people have used this Pokemon simply because the Mega Evolution is just way too good. You get double attacks, especially on Power-Up Punch, Sucker Punch, Earthquake, Return. Oh man, this thing is gonna wreck. This thing's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, don't need to talk too much about this thing. If you've been around since XY, you know what a force this thing can be, especially on battle spot. This thing was floating around OU for a very short period of time, and Parental Bond is just a really great ability that it just carries. It carries itself. It carries the entire team on its back. In its pouch, because the baby's not in it anymore.
All right, so we've got two more. We've got the Mamoswine, Life Orb Mamoswine. Not bad. We're going to need him for the very final episode. He's got very fast ice attacks, such as Icicle Crash, Ice Shard for priority, Earthquake, Superpower. He's there to get the job done. He's going to be good.
Yeah, that one was a judgment call just because on top of Mamoswine just being great, I noticed that at the top 50 she's going to have 3 Pokemon that are all actually going to be weak to Ice-type attacks, and Mamoswine pretty much gets the job done. There's not another Pokemon I could think of in its place that does what it does reliably, and it also kind of paves the way to get rid of the Rock types and Steel types that Kangaskhan cannot really take on alone. Earthquake is just a solid attack.
All right, and last but not least, rounding up the team is Magnezone. He's got the Magnet Pull, so we can switch him in on any Steel types and lock him in there and fire off some Hidden Power Fires, along with Volt Switching in case we need to keep that momentum up, Flash Cannon, and Thunderbolt Basic Stab. He's on an Air Balloon, too, so we can dodge 1 Earthquake in the event. Pretty good.
Yeah, all looking very solid, at least in my opinion. We'll just see how it works out in practice, because what's on paper and what's on the field can be 2 very different things. So
absolutely. So here we go. We're going to go into Super Singles. We're going to do rounds 1 through 5 on this episode. So if you guys are excited for it, definitely smash that like button. So here we go, Super Singles. Which 3 should we start off with?
Let's see what you want to do here. Do we want to lead things off with Kangaskhan or Altaria? Because we do have to pick a Mega.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm going to choose Altaria. Let's do that.
Go for it. Then from there, Scizor, and might as well do. Well, it can't be Kangaskhan, so let's just do the first 3. We'll see how those work out.
There we go. Okay, Scizor, Altaria, Landorus. This is going to be good. Let's save the game and wish us luck, because we're going to need it. Battle Maison, if you guys have seen my previous episodes, is all full of hacks, and the hacks is real, and it's going to be pretty silly.
And it only gets worse from here. So if we're gonna have any kind of room for trial and error, it's going to be on round 1. So.
All right. Well, here we go. Looks like we got a pretty good matchup. Machamp versus Mega Altaria.
This is perfect. I could not ask for a better matchup here.
This is really good. So Mega Evolve Hyper Voice, right?
Yep.
Easy. Easy. Now who's going to outspeed?
Altaria should naturally be faster by a pretty decent chunk. So not running any speed, so unless this Machamp is running speed, which it is not, should clean house.
There we go. How easy was that?
That was
it's the first battle. Well, they got to give us something, right?
Yep.
All right, here comes that Lapras. What are we going to do against him?
Us being weak to ice, I'm not too worried about it because we are a poke ahead. I do want to see how well Altaria can take hits. Personally, I would want to test the waters and see how well we are going to take an ice-type attack.
Okay,
and we could just go for a Hyper Voice.
Yeah, let's do a Hyper Voice and then drop a Draco, maybe, or we'll see.
Yeah, potentially. I think 2 Hyper Voices should get the job done.
There we go. Ooh, Rain Dance. Okay.
So
does Lapras have Swift Swim?
It does not. It gets access to Hydration, and Rest would probably be its best options here. But yeah, another Hyper Voice should definitely clean things up here.
Hyper Voice is doing a lot of damage. That's crazy good. It's Pixelate boosted. Is that like 30% or 20%?
30%.
30% is really good. Oh, well, what do you know?
And we have our friend Blissey here, which we're not going to be able to do a lot against. My suggestion would probably be going out to Scizor right now. I'm thinking in terms of standard sets, Thunder Wave or Toxic, not that we're going to be running into that at the very bottom. Worst case scenario, it has a random Flamethrower, which is actually going to be kind of negated. Well, not negated, but reduced in the rain. But we're dealing with a round Blissey that crit with it. So round 1 is nothing to worry about at all.
This is nothing. Oh, man. Let's do a little bit of a Swords Dance. We'll dance up a little bit. Why the heck not? We can go for Knockoff. We can go for Bullet Punch. That's probably going to be maybe a 2 to 3 shot. Oh, no!
It begins. It begins on round 1.
Here it comes, man.
Thankfully, it's not like Confusion, where you can hit yourself. Worst case scenario, it's a wasted turn, and we just end up taking more rounds.
Oh, gosh. Come on. I know it's very attractive. Oh, dude. Come on, man. Well, at least we got 1 Swords Dance up.
Yeah. and it's doing less damage with round than recovers. not like this is really any concerning thing to be concerned with, but we get an off right here. And it did have leftovers. So the AI already knows what it's doing on round 1, what best item is for Blissey.
Yes.
Sets, on the other hand, though, I've seen him get real nasty upstairs, so...
Oh my god. Minimize, toxic, mud bomb. Oh, that's the worst.
It can get pretty bad. So, that's the end of round 1 right there.
That's easy. Man, these guys have nothing. All right, well, here we go, round 2. I did like the fact that the modest Altaria did a lot of work with Hyper Voice. That was huge.
Yeah. Between that and Mega Gardevoir, I would have preferred Mega Gardevoir, but I really wanted to see what Mega Altaria was all about because I've never used it before, and it's not disappointing. Not at all.
All right, here comes Victreebel. All right, so Victreebel could bust out a Sludge Bomb.
Not
but we
something.
have Flamethrower.
We do have Flamethrower, but I'm not sure how much we're going to be doing to it. My suggestion here would probably be to switch out to Scizor straight, just because if it, for whatever reason, the AI does want to go for a Grass move or a Poison move, it's not going to have Hidden Power Fire, especially, so we have nothing to worry about by switching to Scizor directly.
All right, let's try it.
That, and also keeping in mind that Victreebel does get Stab on the Sludge Bomb. It could hurt a lot more than we're counting on.
Victreebel is pretty physically weak, isn't it?
Yeah, for the most part.
It's stockpiles. Here we go.
So on the defensive side, it's not great, but what I can pull up right here for us is...
Victreebel. He's going to get a taste of my +2 knockoff. Ooh, he's stockpiled twice, so that negates my...
that negates your Swords Dance there. It looks like it's got 65 for the defense and 70 for the special defense. It's not too defensive at all. Its attacks are pretty good, 105 and 100. But overall, we don't really have a terrible situation to worry about here. The only fire coverage it gets that Scizor has to worry about is Hidden Power Fire or a Sunny Day Weather Ball. But since you're capped out at +6 and Weather Ball doesn't have priority, we should be good to go. And
Gastro Acid.
Gastro Acid will nullify your ability of Technician, but Bullet Punch should still do a pretty good amount of damage anyway.
Yeah, especially at +6.
Yeah, and you're faster anyway, so...
whoa.
So it had a...
Tornado.
I think that's the one that could lower your... It's either your evasion or your accuracy, if I'm not mistaken. Not remembering which one it is, but...
Yeah. Either way, it's a waste of a turn because we're at +6. We're going to Bullet Punch the heck out of here. Bam!
And you're capped out. You should be on paper good to go for anything that...
isn't a fire type.
Basically.
Well, you know what? Who's faster? He's faster, isn't he?
He's probably faster, yeah.
Do we want to risk? I'm fully special defense.
You could try it. You might be able to take like a not Life Orb or Choice Specs one, but I don't know.
Come on. Well, now we're testing the waters.
Oh,
come on! That HP went so fast.
That's fine. That's fine. Regardless, we do have a safe switch into Altaria here, which can just drop Dracos.
Do we want to go Landorus and drop an EQ?
We could. That is also a very safe option as well.
All right, let's do this. And plus, in case we don't want to get locked into Earthquake, we can switch out to Altaria and then relock ourselves into something else. Now, Chandelure looks like, to the untrained eye, it looks like it has the ability Levitate. But it does not.
So, one thing I was scared about. Oh, and you know what? Last one actually happens to be a fire type as well, so...
That's good.
Good to go here.
Done.
That's a wrap on game 2.
Now we know that Scizor cannot take a flamethrower, stab flamethrower.
I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe in the rain that would have worked.
Oh, man.
Chandelure's got the highest special attack. Man, I must be sleep deprived if I thought that was okay.
Why'd you let that happen, man?
It's all good. We got the safe
funny.
switch.
I
That's
figured
what we needed.
We had like 2 Pokemon in the wings. We could have figured it out.
Worst case scenario, we were looking pretty good there. So.
All right, here we go. Butler Jude with Vespiquen. Vespiquen.
Now, we don't really have a lot to fear here in the first place. Just because the best thing you can do is just go for a bug-type move.
Yeah, you want to just go for Mega Flamethrower?
Yeah, I don't see why not. Even before or after Mega, you will still resist the bug types.
Vespiquen!
Now, this thing is known for being very, very bulky, is my main concern. But barely a two-shot. And toxic.
Two-shot, all right. Well, toxic, I mean, what can it do? Like, heal order, protect?
It can heal order if we get a low roll, which would be, again, a concern there. But I think that roll was looking pretty safe there, so.
Oh, man, totally thought it.
There's a protect.
There's a toxic stall.
One thing I was thinking about is holding on to the Mega, but then Flamethrower wouldn't have been a two-shot. You would have been able to Natural Cure switch out of the Toxic, and we deal with a Quick Claw, which is a heal order. Okay, it begins.
Here it is. Okay, so Toxic heal. I could literally bring in Caesar and then set up.
Yep. The thing's not going to be able to touch you, so I would switch out.
Whoa, wait, what?
We have a Quick Claw Pursuit? No. I guess Quick Claw just procs in the first place before anything else. So.
That was pretty crazy that it activated 2 times in a row. That's good.
That's Maison for you.
Oh my god. All right, go ahead for the heal order. That's fine.
This thing's not gonna have gas or acid, so you should be good to go.
Heal order. Ordering the little bees to heal it up somehow. What move could it possibly have to do any kind of work?
It's got Toxic, Heal Order, Protect. I don't think it can touch you. The best thing you could do is maybe... I don't even know if it gets Air Slash. It probably doesn't. Air Cutter would be something...
Doesn't it like Power Gem?
It does, but you're special defensive. It's not stab. It's not really an offensive thing at all.
You might as well go to +6.
Yeah, it can Quick Claw anything it wants to, and it's got Defend Order, which is going to be its first boost here. But you're a +6, so.
Yeah. And he can't do anything on me. So you know what, we're done. I'm done with you. Now, what's stronger, a bullet punch or a knockoff when someone has an item?
I think the knockoff is stronger on the first turn when you have.
Yeah, let's try that. Come on, you stupid bug.
Not gonna let you do that. Hey, you're using the stupid bug right now.
Ugh, dude, Caesar's the best bug.
So there's your, and now you don't have to worry about Quick Claw activating anymore because it's gone.
That's good.
So no more like priority heal orders or anything like that. I think that was probably the better of the two plays anyway.
Yeah, priority heal order right before the flamethrower. Good job. That's the new meta right there. Here we go.
And with this, I would just bullet punch your way to victory here.
Bullet punch everything. Get him out of here.
Cleaned up.
All right, here's Nido Queen. Wow, look at these guys.
Now, because you're not offensively invested, I do have to wonder whether or not you'll take it out in one shot, but we'll see. It is a little bit bulky.
Oh man, look at you calling that.
Little low, yeah. So now your special attack is up 2 stages, and you're confused, but I was gonna say, at least you're not +6 or anything, but wait, you are +6 or something like that, so.
Dude!
It's the Mason. It's the Mason. So
dang,
a not very effective chip away.
What does chip away even do?
It's a base power 70 normal move that ignores your defensive stat boosts, but you don't have any defensive stat boosts, so it's not going to be doing too much anyway.
Oh man, if we hit ourselves, we probably would have been very close to hitting ourselves.
Yeah.
That's
Thankfully
bad.
we still had landers, but we're still doing pretty good. And that was the end of game 3.
Yeah, there we go. Yo, 2 battle points. All right, here we go. We got 2 more battles. All right, whew, we're just getting warmed up, man. We got these little kids over here. We got these chefs. No,
we gotta wait for the
trainers or
veterans.
anything,
Veterans are the scary ones.
right?
They're the
Here
ones that
comes
start throwing the
Giggleth.
legendaries at you.
Giggleth. All right, this thing, what, typically has sturdy, edgequake.
Now, you don't necessarily have to worry about anything steel type unless it's running like a rogue Iron Head, which I don't think it would get on level up. I would say you're safe right here under most circumstances because you are pretty bulky. This thing's special defense is not great.
No, I think we just hyper voice it, don't you think?
That's my initial impulse. I would say go with that.
Let's do it. I like the shiny Sprited Gigalith with the blue little accents on it.
This thing gets heavy slam. It gets heavy slam and Iron Head, so that is something to worry about. We'll see how much this does, though.
Sturdy. Gravity.
And it's got gravity. This actually benefits us because this means our Dracos will not miss anymore. So
yeah, we're all set.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks for the gravity.
On the other hand, this means if he's got any gunk shot users on his end. Now, the worst thing you do have to fear from this thing right here is probably Ice Punch, but you should be able to take it okay.
Punch.
You should be fine. You're not ×4 weak to it anymore. And it's gonna...
Stalling out the gravity turns, are we?
Yep, stalling out your own gravity.
Why are you doing this, Floatzel? Aqua Tail, good move.
I see how well you take that. Whew, wow. That's a stab Aqua Tail, too. That's not too shabby.
That's really not bad.
I think Altaria was one of the Pokemon that got one of the best treatments for Megas. Right here, I would just...
I think we're fine. We're going to test it out to see if we can take it. I think we take it.
Yeah, you can take it.
Get him. Ooh, uh-oh. Watch out.
Fake out action going on here, which really doesn't do that much.
No.
And...
Fling, Razor Fang. Oh, another one. Wow, another flinch. Dang.
Yep, which really not doing that much either.
All right, now here comes the... Oh,
and
okay.
We got Taunt, and what else? Like, maybe Night Slash, or... I don't know. Anyway, that's the end of game 4. Altaria got that one.
Wow, Altaria totally rocked that one. That was good. Oh, man. Well, at least we got to see all 3 Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
Landorus did a little bit of work. Caesar did some work.
And we got game 5.
Game 5, the last battle.
I want to go.
Okay, here we go. Can we make it?
I'd be a little sad if we couldn't. I'd probably ask for another take.
Drapion! That's your boy Drapion with the, what is that, cross poison?
Yeah, so that could be pretty nasty. If anything, I would go immediately into Landorus right now, just to get the Intimidate off. The worst case scenario is it's going to predict us go for an Ice Fang, but I don't think it'll be able to knock us out in one shot.
Ooh, with the four times weak.
You do get the
Ice Fang?
Yeah, you do get the Intimidate off.
That's true.
And it's not stabbed.
That's true.
I don't think it will. I think it'll try to go for
Toxic Spikes. Good choice.
So
we're locking in EQ, baby.
Pretty safe there.
Yeah, in the event that he has a flying type or something like that, we can easily switch back into any one of those other Pokemon.
Thing's pretty bulky. Getting off another. That doesn't seem right.
Yeah, it doesn't affect any of our Pokemon because we didn't Mega Evolve with Altaria. So in case we fly back in...
I was talking more about Landorus's EVs, but I guess that's right. Because I was looking at my own on my DS right now, and everything looks fine. So I have no problem with just going for another EQ here.
Yeah, that's probably what, like a 2-shot maybe?
Yeah, pretty solid 2-shot unless we get a crit here.
Yeah, there you go. Crunch, nothing.
Crunch is probably going to be 3, to be honest.
Whoa.
That's kind of high.
That's a lot.
I guess that's 2. Maybe I'm just used to running bulkier Landoruses. That's fine. You know, we were worried about Landorus not doing a lot of work this series, and it turns out it's actually just going to clean everything up.
Yes, absolutely. Is this going to be a one-hit KO on defensive muck?
I feel like it should be, regardless.
Yeah, just by the way that HP was flying down.
And Landorus had its time to shine in Game 5.
Excellent, excellent. All right, well, heal my Pokemon and let us end the episode, shall we? Dun 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 dun. Okay, that is it. We are going to officially take a break, put our challenge on hold for now. because that is the end of the episode. And I want to thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in today. Yeah, thanks for joining up with Elo and myself on our way to battle number 50 on the super single Battle Maison. It's going to be awesome. So in case you guys didn't already, go ahead and click on the annotation right above me to subscribe to Kwandaoren66, or Elo as we like to call him. If you guys want to subscribe to my channel, feel free to. Links are over that away by the Pokemon. Any last words, Mr. Elo?
We'll see you guys next round.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So before leaving, smash that like button. Thank you. See ya.